YouTube doesn't think you deserve to know when new videos get uploaded. Show them they're not the boss of you by smashing that bell icon, so you can be notified when your favorite content creators are begging for your attention. Man, the Predator franchise really has been a roller coaster, hasn't it? The original is an action classic. I might be in the minority, but I like Predator 2 quite a bit. Then there was the AVP movies, and the less said about those garbage fires the better. There was the Robert Rodriguez-produced Predators, which, while not amazing, I thought was pretty respectable. And so we come to The Predator, and wow, this may not be the lowest point of the franchise, but it's pretty damn close. What happened, Shane Black? I thought you showed promise as an action filmmaker with Iron Man 3, but then you deliver this? Not cool, bro. Not cool. There's a whole lot to dislike about this movie, starting with the way it's put together. The editing is absolutely atrocious. This is the worst edited film I've seen all year. There is not one scene in this movie that's allowed to breathe. Everything is cut together as if it's in a big rush to get to the end of the film. They never try to build up any real tension or suspense. There's no atmosphere at all. There's no time for anyone to have an honest human reaction to the fact that, holy shit, we're being hunted by aliens. They just drop you right into the thick of things, and immediately it's action, 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 exposition, different set piece, exposition, action, action, action. Making the problem worse is the characters, and I use that term loosely. It's really hard to give a crap when these people start dying, since most of them were obviously just written in to be fuel for the meat grinder. For the most part, everyone is reduced to one personality trait, if they're lucky enough to even get that. These characters are so thinly drawn I couldn't even remember most of their names. There's the crazy one, the other crazy one, the asshole, Theon Greyjoy, the guy who makes jokes because Keegan-Michael Key, exposition machine. There's one guy who has Tourette's. Why does he have Tourette's? I don't know. They don't do anything with it. It's just there to be played for laughs, which is actually kind of offensive in my opinion. The main character is the only one who seems to have anything going on, but that's not helped by the fact that his main motivation is his kid, because God knows we have to keep putting annoying kids in these big summer blockbusters now. And honestly, the kid really isn't that bad. The story about him is stupid as hell, but the kid himself is pretty inoffensive. He's not a bad actor. But for crying out loud, they make him the crux of the entire movie. He's almost the biggest character in it. We see more of this kid than we see the Predators, and that's not what I go to a movie like this looking for. A lot of the time, the kid gets priority over the team who are doing all the fighting, and they really suffer for it. They're the ones who we need to sympathize with, they're the ones who we need to like, and we just don't. The movie barely gives you anything to go on with them, and it makes a lot of their scenes kind of a chore to sit through. They have a bunch of dialogue scenes that really don't serve any purpose whatsoever, that don't develop any of their characters or further the story. It's just them jaw-jacking with each other, making obviously improved, unfunny jokes, and generally acting like a bunch of unlikable pricks. So you figure maybe there's a slasher movie thing going on here, where they're written this way intentionally so you root for the killer when bodies start dropping. But no. You can't root for the Predators either because they do some pretty damn stupid stuff in this movie too. The Predators are very inconsistent here. There are times when they're cutting humans down like it's the easiest thing in the world, and then there are times when they're about to kill someone when there's no reason why they can't kill them, but they just don't, or they hesitate for no reason just long enough for something to stop them because this person has main character shields and if they died the movie would be over. It's just so lazy and transparent, made worse by the fact that the action isn't even that good. Some of it is confusing, where I couldn't tell if certain characters were dead or still alive. I think there was one action sequence filmed entirely with static shots. A lot of it gives the impression that they were trying to cut around something, or maybe just disguise the fact that they were obviously working with a pretty tight budget. And I could try to forgive that if at least the script was good, but it's really not. Most of the characters are cardboard cutouts. Olivia Munn is the female lead and she's just there to spout exposition. The story is paper thin at times and needlessly complicated at others. Most of the humor really doesn't work. The callbacks to the original film are more cringy than anything else. And the ending. Good God, the ending. This thing ends on the most egregious sequel bait you could imagine. It is absolutely shameless. The whole point of the movie was just to set up another movie. They were so convinced that they were setting the stage for a whole new era of the Predator franchise that was going to be a launching pad for sequel after sequel, and they weren't subtle about it at all. But there's one thing they didn't account for. In order to get a sequel, audiences are going to have to want to spend more time with these characters and this story. And yeah, after what I saw here, you can count me out. The Predator is poorly written, has unremarkable action, bad editing, no sense of pacing, and is filled with characters that range from forgettable to annoying to just plain dull. I still say the AVP movies are worse, but if they were hoping this movie was going to reinvigorate the Predator franchise, they need to go back to the drawing board. I don't know what happened to you, Shane Black, but you're better than this. If you had the misfortune of seeing this movie before you watched my review, tell me what you thought of the Predator down below. And while you're at it, click the thumbs up, and don't forget to smash that bell icon to be notified when new videos get uploaded. I talk movies, TV, comics, trailers, and more, so if you like what you see here, stay tuned, and I'll be back real soon with the next one. Until then, over. Out.